So everyone wants to know, why are Danielle and I moving out of sunny California? And it kind of starts a little over a year ago when we decided as a couple that we didn't want to spend the rest of our lives in California. And it more meant Danielle kind of convincing me, because I had my heart set on staying here, but we had dreams and ambitions, and we wanted to buy a house and start a family of our own. And the more we looked at our future and our goals, it just didn't seem possible in the near future. Even if we both went back to school, going through all the school loans and everything, it was still going to be tough, and it was going to be a few years before we'd be able to do that. And we didn't know if we wanted to wait that long to start having a family. And so we decided that it was time to start looking at moving somewhere else. And we kind of had a couple options, and we looked into Texas, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina. And the reason we picked those states was because in our minds we had a few things that we needed. Basically, we couldn't be moving to a place where there was a cold ass winter, where there's snow on the ground all the time. Danielle hates the cold, so it had to be relatively close to the same temperature, maybe a little bit cooler. And there had to be a beach within driving distance. Danielle and I absolutely love the beach. It's kind of our getaway place, and we had to have a beach within driving distance. So we started looking at different places and different options. And it was funny, actually, my sister had searched places online, and this little city in South Carolina showed up called Lexington. So we started researching it, and we decided we liked it, and it kind of stood out about all the other places we looked in all the other states. So we kind of started pursuing a little more, looked into what it would take for us to get there, and see if our dreams and goals and ambitions would be able to be fulfilled. And we realized that it could. So we finally took the trip out there last November. We said, you know what, we've been talking about it so much, we just need to go out there, and instead of Googling places, actually go out there and visit. So we took the trip out in November, and we fell in love when we were out there, and the cool thing was we found out we had a friend, our friends Stephanie and Aaron, that lived out there, and they were gracious enough to show us around, tell us the good places to live, and actually started helping us get jobs at that point. And so we started pursuing jobs and careers and things like that. And I got my EMT license out there. And so we dove head in and just started chugging away and doing whatever we could to get out there. And the really thing that clicked when we went out there is that it was kind of a different mindset. For anyone that's grown up in California, have seen the growth and the development. And back in the day, things used to be about community and neighborhoods and everybody coming together, and things just kind of changed over time, and it just wasn't the same. It felt like things were more about status and what kind of car you drove, and obviously everybody has their own individual priorities, and we can design our life around those, our priorities. But when you're surrounded by it, it kind of influences you. And I hated being drawn into that type of mentality because I didn't feel it was the right thing. And so South Carolina, we just felt like it was a better culture. Things were still about communities and families and all that. And I realized it was gonna make me a better person being around those things. And obviously that's what I wanna do, as soon when we decide to have a family and I become a father, I wanna be the best role model for my kids. And so if it's gonna make me a better person, then all the better. So like I said, we dove head in, we started pursuing, and it was rough. It was really hard for a long time, and we weren't getting bites, and we weren't getting jobs and job offers. We'd applied to tons of places, and after a few months, we kind of were at that point. We're like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna stay here for a few more years and kind of go to school and then move there? And we just weren't sure. And it was at that point, and then all of a sudden, everything kind of just started falling into place. I got a job interview out there. In the same week, Danielle was able to get a job interview, and Danielle had some things she needed tied up, and all those loose ends fell into place within the last month, and it just all clicked. Like, this is where we're meant to be. It was like a sign from God that everything just fell into place at the same time, and it just felt so right. And so I took the job, Danielle's taking her job, and we have an apartment, and hopefully in a few months we'll be having a house. We've already talked to lenders. They're gonna be able to approve us for a house. So we're excited. We're obviously, it's sad to not run away, but leave everything that you have here, family, friends, places you work, co-workers, and all that. And it's hard. It's definitely gonna be saddening to leave, but we know it's gonna be for the better for us and for our family. and that we can create a life that we want to live and do the things that we have dreams and ambitions for. And so as much as it's scary to dive this far in and, you know, not have, you know, just have a couple friends out there, not have the support system of family all around you, makes it kind of, like I said, scary. But we're excited. Danielle and I will have each other, and realistically that's what we need, is each other. And I think that this is going to make our relationship stronger, and it's going to make us better people by taking that leap of faith, because that's something I struggle with, is definitely control, and this I have no control over, and it's scary to me and exciting all at once. So we're excited. We are gonna be moving out there in the next couple weeks, and life will happen, and we just have faith that it's the right thing to do. And so we're excited, and you know, like I said, I'm going to miss seeing everybody's faces. We're going to try and hopefully come back and visit as much as we can, since my family is still here and a lot of friends. So there's that. But otherwise, you know, pray for us and keep us in your minds. And I'm still going to be here on Facebook, so we'll still be able to stay connected, and you'll see the family that we are growing and the things that we get to do in South Carolina. So thank you guys. I love all of you guys, the support and the love of, you know, that you guys had and through this whole thing. And obviously I know a lot of people are sad to see us go, but you know, I hope in the end that you guys are happy for the things that we are going to do as a family. So thank you guys, take care.